All right, well, welcome to we're going to call this the next level golf. We're going to take you from intermediate golfers to advanced golfers, focusing on details and so the student information forms that you filled out show some of your strengths, some of your weaknesses that you feel are your strengths and weaknesses. A lot of times when we look at ourselves and say, well, my strengths are this and my weaknesses are that, it's not always maybe what my job is going to be assess your current today putting stroke, how you read greens, how you score with your putter, and then we'll give you some ideas. The first thing we're going to do is let's talk about the putter itself. You guys all have a mallet style. Mine's more of a blade. One important part of the putter is the sole. We need to make sure that when we putt it, we want to try to keep the sole on the ground. We don't want to have the sole of the putter up or the heel of the putter up. We want to try to keep the sole of the putter out here that you can see. The grip has a lot to do with that. Their toes up when they putt. So when your toes up, you're going to contact everything back here towards the heel. If you were to putt with your heel up, you're going to contact everything. So if the sole's flat on the ground, now we should be contacting it in the center of our putter. Okay. So where's the center of our putter? So yesterday we did putting. Focus was mostly distance control. We talked about changing the ball position in our stance, having it forward, so that when we take it back, we have a better chance of keeping the putter straight back and through. And then we also contact the golf ball on the way up, so that it starts to roll through. And then we talked a little bit about reading the green. The slope, what affects it, grain, wind, uphill, downhill, side hill, the speed, right? You remember yesterday, which greens break more, fast or slow? Yes. Fast greens break more because the ball, you're having the ball move at a slower pace. And when the ball moves at a slower pace off the putter, it's going to break. On slow greens, we have to hit it harder. Make the ball move faster, so it's going to break left. Okay? All right, so today we're going to continue with distance control. We're just going to move off the green to a chip shot. So this is a shot where we've missed the green, right, left, long, short, where we can we could putt this if we wanted to, right? But a lot of times there's something in the way, or the grass, you can see how it's growing against you a little bit there, and then we have to kind of gauge this 5 feet of long fringe grass, and then how much is it going to pick up when it hits the green. So the chip shot is kind of designed to clear this area, land the ball on the green, and then roll to the hole. And we're going to control the distance, how far the ball lands, and then rolls forward. Who thinks they know how far the total distance, 100%, is from the hole, or from the golf ball to the hole? Okay, so welcome to lesson 3 of the 4-lesson next level instruction program. What we've done so far is putting, control the distance with our putter, how far we take it back, inside of the right foot, outside of the right foot, past the right foot. Those are 3 general distances. That distance is going to be affected by the speed of the green, uphill, downhill, right? And then we moved yesterday into chipping and putting, or chipping and pitching, controlling the distance by changing golf clubs, and also changing the distance back when we take the golf, right? And then at the end of the lesson yesterday, we hit the golf ball 10 yards 20 yards, 30 yards, 40 yards by changing the distance for the golf shot. So, how do we set up for those shots? Somebody tell me. What are the three things? Middle of the grip.
Yeah.
Middle of the stance.
Middle of the stance.
Middle of the stance.
Lean.
Lean towards the green. And we stay there the whole time. We always stay forward the whole time. So middle of the grip, with the golf ball in the middle of our stance, we lean towards the green. And then our stroke, we want to try to make it feel like it's straight back. Right? We don't want to have any pull the club inside, push the club outside, straight back, straight back. So, what's that? And why? Yeah, the letter Y. Exactly. Yes. So middle of the grip, middle of the stance, lean towards the green, and the stroke is the letter Y, which is the shaft of the golf club and our arms. We move that letter Y straight back, straight through. And as the club gets past the waist high or above our knees, the club head gets above our knees, when we finish, we start to add our hips. Right? Okay.
It's like Pirate Bay.
Why does our weight stay forward? Do that shot. Why does
Because
our
it
weight?
keeps the ball.
Because we're 70% loaded on our front.
Okay, why do we do that? So what does that help us
It
do?
keeps the ball low. No?
What does it help us do as far as the contact with the golf ball? Contact the golf ball now.
First.
Yeah.
First.
Down and through.
Down and through.
Right. So if my weight's back, you see my shadow. My shoulders are up. If my weight's forward, my shoulders are down. I want to always contact the golf ball down and through. So we're going to do a couple things today with weight transfer as we get into the full swing. We're going to use the basketball. We're going to use the football.
I'm not standing on any of those.
We're not going to stand on anything.
Okay.
We're going to use the basketball, the football. We're going to use the tour sticks. We're going to use our golf clubs as a training age and teaching age to feel the weight transfer back. Okay, so welcome to our last lesson in the series. This is lesson 4. Today we're going to focus on the bunker play and then course management. So for an hour here, we're going to work on the bunker areas around the, bunker shots around the green, how to get the ball to go short, far, and then when we get on the golf course, when we get to number 5 over there, we'll talk about the fairway bunker and how to hit the golf ball out of there. And the second hour of the session today, we are going to be talking about course management, tee to green. How do we think about the hole before we start? If we get into trouble, how do we get out of trouble? Minimize mistakes. Bad shots are going to happen, but if we can recover from those bad shots, both mentally and making the correct decision and hitting a good shot to follow up the bad shot, then our strokes will start to come down. I mean, if you hit a bad shot and then you're focused on that bad shot, on the next shot you get ready to hit, it's probably not going to be a good shot. So there's 2 bad shots, but you could have eliminated probably one of them. Or both of them if you would have prepared prior to the first one to manage that shot. So as we play the same golf course over and over again, we kind of lose that focus a little bit mentally each time, unless we can present to ourselves a focus that is not, I'm on number 1 at LeGrand Country Club, so I'm going to hit it here. We get up there on number 1 at LeGrand Country Club and we pick a target rather than, so that you go to any golf course, number 1 at Baker, number 1 at Pendleton, and you pick a target. You're not on number 1 at Pendleton, you're hitting a golf ball to a target. How does that transfer from the practice range to the golf course? Well, on the range, we have targets that we hit towards, right? Or visualize. So if we can do the same thing on the practice range as we do on the golf course, then you can see how it all kind of comes together, and the golf ends up being controlling the distance by different clubs, and that's really it. And then when we get into the shorter clubs, chipping, pitching, putting, we control the distance by how far we take it back.